So we're going to talk about Alien versus Predator from 2004, the actual movie. There's a lot of other titles with Alien versus Predator, particularly video games. There's a lot of video games, a lot of comic books, but particularly we're talking about the movie, which I watched and I was surprised. It was actually pretty good. It's the first Predator film I've not seen before. Up until this point, I only ever seen prior to doing these reviews, the entire Alien films I've seen is Alien 1 and 2, and that's it. So yeah, we get still in a new uncharted territory of films, and yeah, I don't quite get the dislike of this film. I feel like it respects both of them, and the film looks good. It looks great. I feel like it's still a lot of puppetry and model work. Whereas a lot of the previous films, I feel like some films were a little bit too, nowadays reliant on CGI. I feel like this was no, we're not one. No, it's not quite there yet. I think it looked good. I feel like the cast was pretty good. I would have liked a bit more. Maybe a little bit more with the actual characters. Maybe, a little bit more of the backstory. Other than characters just saying, I have kids, so we're getting out of here. Oh no, we're dead! You're like, oh. Spoilers. I mean, we're going to get spoilers. If you're watching this, these reviews are always spoilerific. It's a film from 2004, so it's kind of on you. This film was 19 years old. It's on you. But yeah, it's just, I really liked it. I think this one's good. It feels like it's it respects both Alien and Predator. I feel like the way the story is told, it kind of explains maybe why people don't really know much about aliens. Even the 150 years or whatever in the future. Is film is based in 2004. I think the first Alien film was maybe 2150, around that time. The first Alien film. Don't quote me on that. I haven't googled it and I can't be asked. But I feel like that's where the first one's supposed to be based. And it makes sense since the place fucking explodes at the end. Makes sense if people don't know much about aliens, except for Wayland Yutani, which we have basically the guy in charge of Wayland Industries, which is interesting considering in 200 years time in Alien 3 there'll be another bishop who's actually a human. And it looks exactly the same. So that's interesting. That they got some kind of Blackadder style genes, where they somehow just look exactly the same. Obviously, this film was it's kind of like a it's kind of one of those I'll get the best of the best type kind of cruise where they're like, oh, we're gonna get the best, and it kind of fits where they've got a bunch of you've got a bunch of actors. You've got an English actor, a Scottish actor, a French actor, or an Italian actor. You've got a good mix of people, which fits. I think it fits the idea of this guy's just going around trying to get the best of the best to try and go, what's this fucking alien thing? So to put a long story short in the film, it's like a predator temple created by 3 different sects of kind of civilizations to basically pray to the predators, and they'd sacrifice themselves so they could have a good hunt. I mean, there's certain things here you kind of have to excuse it, where you're okay, they show up every 100 years. Surely some people are going to be I ain't showing up. I'm not showing up this time. Nah, mate. Nah. But yeah, and I guess they because it starts the opening is like 1904, or I think like at a few aliens show up. I would have liked a bit more in that. It was kind of like a little bit way too quickly glossed over that bit. I was like, I better get on. What? What happened? Where'd they go? What happened? Explain to me what's going on there. Yeah, that's that. So the only person who's essentially returning in terms of like cast is Lance Hendrickson. Everyone else is brand new actors, because this film is like, it's post Predator 2 but pre Alien, because Alien's like, yeah, in the 22nd century, and obviously Predator 2 takes place in the 20th century, so this film takes place in the 21st century. Yeah, it's, like I said, I like it. I like the kind of intrigue of what, yeah, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with this temple shit and why this temple was created. It feels like, okay, this is, you're creating some decent lore. I don't know if that, yeah, somehow conflicts with what we established. I don't know how, yeah, Predator or Predator 2 kind of fit with this, but I'm good with it. I like it. Yeah, I like the story. I think it. Ooh, by the way, I think it fits really well. Like, obviously, yeah, we're kind of ignoring some of it, but just like it fits the kind of current lore. I feel like, some people may disagree with me. I don't know, but I feel like it fits with what we know so far of the aliens and the predators, and I kind of like it. And like with most Predator films, everyone dies, except for the main female lead, because that's the rule. If you're anyone else, you generally die. At least try to stick with the main female lead. You might live to the end of the film. You may not live to the next film, but you at least live to the end of the film. Yeah, it feels like a little bit like The Thing, whereas people confuse what's going on, you know, what this place is. And essentially it's a temple that people sacrifice themselves to, so they can create more aliens. And they have like basically an alien queen chained up in the basement to create more eggs, to give them a good hunt. And yeah, if they get away, the aliens just go, cool, we're gonna just fucking kill everyone, which apparently they've done in the past. Because like there's one scene like ages ago where it's like, oh, there's just like thousands of aliens coming, and like, cool, we're gonna press the buy button. Whoop. See you later, suckers. We're gonna die. You're all gonna die. See you later, suckers. Yeah, I think the only problem is the cast is alright. Like it's one of those things that I feel like none of the characters are really like fleshed out that much. Like I can tell you barely anything about them, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that's also true of like any of the other Alien films. So I'm like, do I really know much about any of the Alien or Predator films? I'm like, do I really know much about any of the cast or any of the characters? Not really. So yeah, it's a fun romp. Like, getting to see Alien and Predator finally go at it. It's pretty cool. This film does sequel bait right at the end. It sets up the next film, because we basically have like a Predator Alien right at the end, which is pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, all the effects and stuff looks really cool. The cool alien queen wrecking shop looks so cool. There's very few parts where I'm like, oh, like there's some stuff where I'm like, it doesn't look that great, but yeah, it's 2004 CGI. So I'm just like, that's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good. Like, there's none of it that ever like really took me out. Oh, that looks bad. And so yeah, I'd say overall this one's a good one. I'd say, like, if you've never seen it before, and you watched my review, well, sorry about that. But if you have, I think it's in my recommended list. Like, I recommend it. If we're talking alien films, obviously, I'd recommend it. I'd recommend it over 2 and 2. No, I recommend it over like 3 and 4 in terms of alien films. Like, I think it's better than those. So, yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good one. I highly recommend this. I would have liked. So I'm gonna a little bit of spoilers for the next review, which will be Alien vs Predator Requiem. I think the only problem with this film is it doesn't. The ending feels very much like just taking Predator 2 again. And there's no. Like, although we have, we continue on from the previous film, continue on from this film. The next one doesn't include any of the human characters again. So it's kind of that. It's like. But overall, I think it's, yeah, I thought it was a really good romp. And, I would, if they did, like, a sequel from this film, it's one of those things, I don't really know where they're going to go with Alien and Predator. I almost think it's time to, like, start again, or start from scratch. Do something new. Completely new, but I don't know. Yeah, so let me know what you think of Alien vs Predator, because like I said, I've never seen this before, and I was pleasantly surprised because I thought people thought it was that bad in some ways, and I'm like, okay, we'll give us a watch. It'll be entertaining. And yeah, I think it holds up. The sets look really good as well. I'd say that the sets look pretty great. Yeah, you can clearly tell, like it says, I looked at the budget, it's like 60-70 million. You can clearly see they spent that money well. But yeah, for now, I'm going to say, live long and prosper. And hopefully, I'll see you on the next video, which is Alien vs Predator Requiem. Bye for now.